police that he can't get to.
If you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about some of the bigger topics currently surrounding the community about NHL 18. Things that include giveaways, gameplay stuff, packs, how the market's kind of crazy to say the least lately. But today I am not alone. I am here today with Thrash94 Gaming as well. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me. I think that we're going to have a pretty good video. We both have some interesting things to talk about, so should be fun.
Right, and it's also great to get the chance to have, multiple perspectives here on these situations, because we may have a little bit of an agreement on some, maybe not on the others. Kind of gets the different aspects going. So let's just go ahead and jump into this. My favorite topic of them all, and that is giveaways and wagers. First of all, there's so many aspects you can look at from this, from us not being able to do the simplest thing as a hot seat or hut in there without getting in trouble, to not being able to give back in the community.
It's really frustrating, man. I hate that.
Oh, that's why I would bring it up first, because it's not even, it's like, oh, here's 7 different ideas down the drain because you can't do those no more. And then it's, there's a lot of people that the whole giving back thing. It's nice to give back to people, and it's like, no, well, now you look like a douche and a half because you're not allowed to give anything back without getting in trouble.
Right. I don't know. I don't, okay. Before you continue, I need to point something out here. What is the harm in giveaways? Before we even, talk about it and all that stuff, what is the harm? What is the big deal? And then they go up on Twitter and they start giving stuff away. Oh,
yeah. Don't even get me started. Oh, man, don't get me started on the whole streaming. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter or not, the whole guy does a wager or does a streamer. I have nothing wrong with the streamer. No problem at all with the guy. No problem at all. I don't know if these people have seen it. I mean, he's a good guy and everything. It's not in his control. It's in EA's control. He did a wager against a stream watcher, and he beat the guy. The guy paid the wager up to him. EA reset the guy's team who lost the wager and then banned him for 2 weeks and did nothing to the content creator. I mean, it's almost a double standard. At least, I mean, don't ban either one of them or hit both of them. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. First of all, you lost the coins and then you lose your team too. I mean, I don't know how good his team was, but I wouldn't be too happy about that.
Is that a 2-week ban as well?
That's what I seen, yeah.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. For something that, everyone has done.
Exactly. That's kind of my question, too.
This year.
Are they going to incorporate it, or was that just one of those cases where, they had somebody in EA watching the guy streaming, or let's just make an example out of this guy and see if it sticks? Because I haven't heard anybody else get in trouble for doing this stuff yet.
Well, not only have I not heard of anyone else, this is literally the first person I've heard get in trouble for it. I've wagered a few times already this year. I haven't gotten in trouble.
Well, that's a start. Now, if somebody comes back at you.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, now I know what's going to happen. Now I'm going to get banned after this video.
I was going to say, have you made a video on that? Or a video on wagering?
No, I did not make, I didn't make a video on the wager, that's the thing. So I don't know if that's it, but I received the coins for the win, and I lost my other one, and I gave them the coins, and nothing happened to anyone that I've wagered with, so.
Right, see, that's the thing, too, about the whole wagering. Besides streamers and, other content creators and stuff, how in the heck can you really get a reliable wager going anyway? I mean, it's one of those places a person can actually go and be like, oh, I can wager this guy, and I'm not going to get screwed at the end of it.
Right, yeah. I don't know, at some point you start making connections on Twitter and whatnot, you can kind of trust some people, right?
Right. But I mean, as far as, some people, maybe they're just starting out, maybe they don't talk to a lot of people, and it's just like, well, easy place to go wager, and I'd like to go beat some content creators' ass.
I don't know, man. I don't understand. Okay, the wager thing I kind of get, okay? I kind of get it, because there are going to be these people who don't pay up, and it's just going to cause issues for EA themselves, or whatever. Fine. I get the wager thing. I still don't get the giveaway thing. That's one thing. How does that affect them if I want to do something like the hot seat? It's not a wager. It's not they're. I just don't get it. It's you and Hutton there. It's the exact same thing.
Right. And the thing is, too, it's not... the whole coin selling thing, oh, they want to keep coins off the market. But a giveaway, if that's the reason keeping them off the market, it's really not changing anything. Those coins were on somebody else's team. Now they're on somebody else's team besides the person that had them. I mean, the coins didn't... It's not like they disappeared.
It's not like we're creating coins.
Right, exactly.
We're not creating these things and giving them away. We are earning them ourselves and then giving them away.
Oh, I'm definitely not a big fan of it. I could, like you said, I could go on forever. But the thing we was going to talk about next, that I was going to let you go ahead and give the input on first, is the poke checks and other gameplay issues. in game.
So, first off, EA did a good job with this update, I think, anyways. Now, when I first started playing it, and I haven't been able to play this game much. I haven't been able to play it much. I haven't really been enjoying it, and that's a problem. Because, like, I've played every game since I was, like, 8. And I've had trouble playing this one. But playing against the computer, I find it's a lot more smooth, it's a lot more fun to play. When I play somebody online, I don't find the poke checks to be nearly as bad as they were when they started. However, there's a loop thing. Whatever happens at the face-offs is starting to get out of control. With the poke checks, I think that they did a good job with the nerf, don't get me wrong. They are still a little overpowered, and I feel like the hitting is way overpowered. I don't know. I have Johnny Hockey out there, and I had him knock over Victor Hedman. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for, you know, diversity, and anyone can do anything, but there's no way in hell Johnny Hockey is knocking over Victor Hedman. It's not happening. I'm sorry.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of something I was going to talk about later in the video, was the whole players, because I know you wanted to talk about it as well, is like player stats and stuff. And when, you know, I'll bring ESHL into this, and the whole logic they put into a game where a grinder / power forward is just as fast and quick as a sniper or a playmaker. I get the reason they put the speed like that, but you gotta have some sort of logistics where make them, you know, lose speed quicker, endurance is worse or something. Right now, it's like, oh, why would I not be the biggest guy in the game if he's just as fast as a small guy?
That's exactly it. You're absolutely right. And another thing I do want to point out is, do these stats, do these attributes actually mean anything right now? Because, and I don't want to, like, promote myself, but I've been working on a video with somebody to try and, like, see if these stats do mean anything. Because we've already seen the video by No Sleeves. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Synergies do absolutely nothing. As of right now, you go watch his video, these speed synergies, Silky Smooth, Thread the Needle, and Rocket Skates, they aren't doing anything for your team. They're completely pointless. Go check out that video. He did a good job with that. I'm working on one right now to see if these stats mean anything, and I'll tell you guys right now, I'm using, say, somebody like John Tavares, because I use John Tavares because I had a lot of backlash because I was complaining about how much he's going for. Oh, he's super slow. Yeah, he's going the same speed right now as Steven Stamkos. Exact same speed. That should not be okay. He has like 84 speeding, but I haven't had any it's exact same between him and Stamkos. So, do stats mean anything? Right now, I'm going to say no, too.
I can't jump right into it because the only thing I've honestly played in HUT, I haven't played a single online game. I've only played offline games. I've been waiting for solo challenges for so long just because I don't like playing the way the whole spam the poke, the way you got to cheese and everything. I've just never been a big fan of playing like that. But I can tell you from like the OP poke checks and stuff from playing ESHL, like you said, they did fix it a little bit, but I was playing some defense yesterday, and I tell you what, I think 90% of the time I poked the puck off the guy's tape, it went right back to him. Or it went to somebody else. I was like, I like that it's not OP'd, but if you're going to be able to poke somebody, I think you should be able to at least take the puck away from some sort of extent other than it going right back to him.
No, I agree, and I want to apologize. I actually haven't touched ESHL yet. I haven't played it yet this year. I've been really busy. I haven't played a lot of NHL in general. I've been mostly doing franchise mode, but I haven't touched the ESHL. I heard that was really OP because everyone can use the skill stick or whatever it is, the defensive skill stick I think it's called. So I heard it was really OP, but I haven't played it, so I couldn't touch on that.
Right, that's one of them things too. The skill stick's nice, but that's one of those things just like, I think they did something with it last year where if you spam the poke, it'd slow you down. If you're going to use a skill stick, it should make your guys skate a little bit slower just so there's some sort of advantage to the person that's not getting the skill stick.
No, I agree with that, absolutely. I don't know, like, yes and no though, because like if you watch a hockey game, if you go to an NHL game, and I will agree with you that you need to slow down, but the whole poke check thing, it's not like you have Victor Hedman there, and a lot of people do have Victor Hedman on their team. He's not just going to miss the poke check over and over, right? He will hit the puck. Now, it bouncing back on people's sticks, that's got to stop for sure. That definitely needs to stop, but I totally get the OP poke checks to begin the year.
Yeah, I mean, you want to tie in the whole realism to the game, that's fine, but the thing that bothers me is then you see these games with the extended poke check, or even a regular poke check with a guy, you got to step on a guy and they're poking you from an insane distance. I don't see many guys have an entire step on a guy in a breakaway and get poked away in the NHL.
Okay, can we get rid of the... I agree, but can we get rid of the poke checks from behind? Because they make absolutely no sense.
Exactly. That'd be great. That's always enraged me so much to have a breakaway and get poke check from behind. Like, this guy made the mistake. Can I at least have the benefits of the mistake?
Exactly. I know you have a lot of topics to cover, and we don't want to keep the video too long.
Right, so we should just... Right, yeah, let's do it. Let's... The great old OP'd packs. I think we're going to disagree on this one, but let's hear it. Let's hear what you're thinking on the OP'd packs.
Well, I just did a pack opening last night. Alright, and I've done lots of pack openings this year because I like doing pack openings. I like opening packs. Now, I know that we are going to be at like completely different levels on this one, so this should be fun to talk about. I think the packs are too OP. I think the packs are way too juiced. And hear me out here, because I've been debating with a lot of people about this, and a lot of people are on my side. A lot of people are going to be on your side, because I know where you're going to stand. Let's be real. The way you said that, I know where you're going to stand. But hear me out. So, say it's the first week of NHL. It is the first week. And there have been more Crosby pulls, I'd say, already this year than there were last year. Already. Now, hear me out here. That's not a bad thing. It's great for people who don't spend money on the game. Absolutely wonderful. But here's the thing. These cards are going to keep dropping in value. And dropping in value. Now, we had a dead market last year pretty early, and everyone complained about that. You think the market's going to be any better come December? The market's going to be... You're going to be spending $5K for an 88 overall card. Is that really what's good for this? Like, Crosby right now has already dropped to 250K. 250K for the best card in the game. I get it. I understand that they're trying to make it more accessible for people who don't spend money on packs, and I totally get that, and kudos to you guys if you don't spend money, by the way. That is awesome if you are able to hold yourself back, because I gotta open packs. That's just, I'm sorry, that's just who I am. I gotta open packs. It's fun. But it's getting to the point now where, yeah, it's awesome. You're getting these awesome pulls, right? And now, say a Malkin pull. That's huge. Just 88 overall. And then you go up on Twitter, and 9 other people that same day in the same hour has pulled Malkin. It's getting to the point where it's like it doesn't even feel like a big pull. Nothing feels like anything is a big pull. It feels like luck, because 17K packs are the best packs in the game right now.
I think one thing that people aren't really considering here, first of all, is I always preach it, and people won't always just think I'm superstitious. Beginning of the year, there's more, if you want to say, juice packs because they have to get them in the market. I guarantee you'll see more people pulling Crosby and stuff now than you'll see in 2 months. Whether they announce nerfing a pack or not, that's going to happen. But the second thing is, solo challenges are a new thing this year. And that's a lot of packs being open that never got open before. I mean, you could say thousands and thousands of packs being open now that weren't open before. And the more packs you rip, obviously, the more juice they're going to be. And the real spectrum that I was going to take on this is the fact that first time them Centennial packs came out, $30 pack, I think I opened 2 of them just because I had a friend that just went out there and thought it'd be a good idea to yank. I think he pulled not Crosby, he pulled a McDavid, Ovechkin, Tavares, and Pavelski or something like that, all in the same pack. And that $30 pack is like, you know what, I gotta open one of these. And the best card I got was an 85.
Right.
And that was $30 down the drain. So I'm thinking, that's my standpoint. If somebody's gonna spend hundreds of dollars on this game, they deserve to pull a couple good players, because it was at the point last year where I'd be pulling, I'd rip 10, 20 packs, and I'd be happy to get an 88 overall last year that was worth 20K.
No, I'll agree with you there. If you want to spend money in this game, you shouldn't be spending your money on nothing. I'll agree with that. But can I say something here that might be right and EA may have messed up on? Sure, absolutely, they are juicing the packs early in the year, for sure. But can we say that maybe they kept the pack odds from NHL 17 and kept them for this year? And say 88 overall pull last year is what, a 90 this year? I'd say last year 87s and 88s were pretty common compared to years before that. So I'm wondering if they just didn't change anything about the way the pack odds are going to be. Because, like, last year it was near impossible to pull an Ovi. I only pulled 2 of them.
Yeah, so, that was impossible.
But no, you gotta hear me out here. Like, I pulled 3 Ovies already this year. I already pulled 3. He should be really hard to pull. He should be that real. I feel like Crosby and Ovi, these big names, they should be the hardest cards to pull. And sure, they might be right now, but if you're gonna have, like myself, I pulled 3 Ovies. If I sell 2 of them, I'm gonna have one for the rest of the year. I just have to hang on to it, right? And I still have all the coins from the 2.
I think this...
I don't know. I see people spend...
The whole Ovi thing, though, people got to realize, too, last year he was the second best card in HUT. This year, he's in a flock of, like, 10 different guys that are an 88 overall. Don't quote me on that. I don't have the slightest clue. And then there's McDavid, and then there's Crosby and Carlson that are the higher overalls. And those are the harder ones that get pulled. And, for that reason, those... I don't know if I've seen as many people pull Crosby. You said you've seen a lot of Crosby's, McDavid's, etc. So I don't know exactly how that goes. Like, that's, again, you can look back at the... solo challenges and stuff for that. Like you said, did they switch the pack odds from last year? But, I mean, do they switch a lot of things from one game to the next? So you probably answered your own question on that one. There might be an update for it eventually. Yeah. Right, and we can kind of tie that into our final, quote-unquote, final subjects here of the whole market and player overalls. Yeah. Again, you can tie them all together. I know you probably want to talk about collectibles, but player overalls, I don't know. People amended EA, saying, good job, I'm glad you made the heroes lower this year. But I don't know if, again, you said maybe stats don't matter. That's why people say, well, they're not OP'd and stuff. But heroes are the same thing they was last year. There was 94 overalls last year. Okay, they're 1 overall point worse. There was 94 overalls last year, and Crosby was what? Oh, those 2 overall points. I can't count. And Crosby was a 92. This year, they're still the best card in the game. Heroes? McDavid's a 90, and the heroes are 90. Right. They're still the best card, better than every single gold card out there besides McDavid. Or not McDavid, it's a Crosby, my bad, yeah.
Yeah. Well, your legends are actually the highest cards in the game now.
Right.
Mark Messier, Yari Curry, Pavel Bure, Nick Lidstrom. They're all like 92, 93.
Which is kind of something, I think that's, you said the game was dead in December. That's why, in my opinion. You go out there, like last year, you didn't have a reason to play the game in December for anything but heroes. Because 94, the heroes were the best cards until Team of the Year came out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Not even gonna touch that one. I agree with
you. Yeah, you have to have a reason to play.
At the same time. Yeah, that's exactly it. When somebody's team is all heroes, like it was last year, because how many people did you, I don't know if you ran into a lot of people, you don't play a lot of HUT, but I ran into people constantly who had only HUT heroes. At that point, it starts becoming less and less fun to play against these people, because they have these super OP teams, right?
Right, and it gets rid of creativity as well.
Heroes are, well, yeah, this year heroes are even easier to get. Legends and all these good cards are easier to get. I don't know. Now, everyone's going to have these super stacked teams. It's going to feel a lot more like online versus because everyone's going to have the same team.
You know what I do want to know about these packs is I just had an open pack for some reason in my collection. I don't know why. So I went and opened it, and there's been...
Probably pre-ordered.
Yeah, probably. There's been a mad amount of them Team of the Week Vegas ones. I swear I put one of them in every pack. Are they going to be like that for Team of the Week all year? Because that'd be nuts.
They could be, but...
I sure wish, right? That would be great. That would make it bad there, right there.
Nice. That'd be nice, but as we're saying that, how dead would the market be then?
Exactly. Well, that's what that's kind of what I'm getting at. The whole legend things right now, they're releasing legends. You can call it slow, but is it really slow? We're getting a legend like every day or whatever it is. We're gonna have all of our legends out in the first month.
At least one every day. So we're getting 2 a day.
We're gonna have all these legends out, and we're gonna have all these heroes. Yeah, there's 2 out right now. Now that we're talking about, we're gonna have all these legends and heroes out before October even comes, and they're gonna be the best cards again until December, January. They're gonna be the best cards in the game because everybody's got 87, 88 overalls. Nobody, unless they change the upgrade system where they get a +2 or 3. These gold cards ain't going to be able to compete until January again, and it drives interest away from the game if there's not something to go after when everything's already out.
Yeah. Well, again, we have all these Stars of the Month collectibles and these Primetime collectibles. What are they going to be for? Are the cards that come out going to be better than Legends? Are they going to be better than Heroes? Probably not.
That's the thing too. If the Stars of the Month would get a better upgrade than a +1, and because it's a month, that maybe it'd work a little bit better that way. If they got a +2 or 3, it might help out a little bit.
The Legend. I just pulled a Legend. And I've never heard of him either, and I apologize to all you Florida. John, the goalie, John Van Beersbrock. I have never heard of him in my life. I can't get 40K for him, and he's a 90 overall goalie.
It's because nobody else has heard of him either. They're like, who's this guy? I went to go for about 10K. Oh, 40, I'll take that. Could we get some players we've actually heard of in the game? That'd probably drive people to play a little bit longer. If we could throw Gretzky in there in December or something, maybe people would want to play a little bit longer.
Well, can we also say that some of this could be contributed that we already have downgraded legends? So they're already in the game, downgraded legends. With these, whatever, Centennial sets.
Right.
We already have downgraded legends, and Pat LaFontaine has an 88 card and a 90 card. See, has an 84 card and a 92 card. Which
is fine if they come out, not the same exact week. If you'd say, here's your 84, 88, play with this for a few weeks, and then, 4 or 5 weeks down the road, we can, again, compare Madden. I think Madden does something now where you take that legend, and you can upgrade it throughout the year. give him something to play for to make the guy get upgraded. Because what's the point of who wants the 84? I mean, not trying to bash on anybody with no coins, but who's going to go after an 84 overall legend if you can get the 86 or 88, or who's going to get the 88 when you can get the 90 if there's 50k price difference? It's kind of like, oh, you just released a card that's got no point unless there's synergies, which apparently synergies don't matter anyway, so that kind of goes out the window too.
Yeah. Well, the synergies are the exact same. Like, they're 1 point. That's it. So it's not going to make a difference for these cards that are lower overall. But I also want to point out that I have some info on leaked legends, if anyone's interested. Luke Robitaille will be a legend. We also have, not Darian Hatcher, the other Hatcher. I forget.
Billy Hatcher?
I'm sorry.
Red's third base coach?
Who?
Billy Hatcher? Red's third base coach?
No, no.
Oh.
No. I remember Darian Hatcher because I'm pretty sure he played for a little bit for the Wings, but I think it's his brother. He has a legend card that's going to be out. Mike Modano also has a legend card that's about to be out. Just so everyone's aware, a few leaks have come out.
Oh, you heard it here first. Thrash with the leaks going over to that place over there. He's got all the leaking information. Ain't that right? Alright, so collectibles. Final topic, I think. Unless you got something to add, because I heard you going on about them collectibles. And I guess I'll start.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
I don't mind it. But the thing is, I don't get... I'm going to say this to people, and maybe it'll stick. I don't understand why you guys are completing sets. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can't do much about it now. But why do people complete a set that costs 300k and get a 100k player, and then it's only worth 100k? Why don't people start off, if it costs you 300k to make the set, why wouldn't you try to sell that player for 300k? But that's kind of where I was hoping. I like the fact that collectibles cost more. If it's 150k for a carbon, and we just got that evolution card, plus it was like 20k for each of them or whatever, that's like 300k. If the carbon's worth 50k, all of a sudden that evolution collection set's done for like 150k. And then either you water down the market or you're selling evolution cards for 100k. And I'd rather see them have some sort of value.
No, absolutely, I like that. I'll agree with a little bit on that, but at the same time, these carbons, okay, they're 150k, right? But any of the sets you complete right now, any of them, it doesn't matter what one, these cards are going for less than 150k, except for your evolution cards. So, if carbons are going to be this much, sure, that's great. But nobody is going to buy a card that with downgraded stats. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about right now. We are perfect in the same category that I want to talk about. The downgraded legends are one of the sets you can do right now. You can get that LaFontaine. The LaFontaine hero card doesn't go for that much. Why would anyone do the set? Is what you're asking?
Right.
To try and get that Brendan Shanahan. You got to try and get that best card in the game, Brendan Shanahan, that I haven't seen anyone have yet. So, if you want to try and get this Brendan Shanahan, you have to do these sets. You have to try and get these sets. So that's what's driving the price up the carbons. I have no problem with the price of carbons, by the way. That's not what I have a problem with. The problem is you don't have any way of making these carbons. You have to pull gold collectibles. You have to pull them. That's what upsets me. That's what pisses me off.
That I gotta agree. The fact that if that doesn't scream pay to play, nothing does. Like, oh, you want to complete a set, you must buy a pack. There's no other choice. But if you want to complete a set, you have to buy a pack, or you have to come up with 150k to buy a collectible because you can't create them. That's kind of if it was a big problem. Make the sets bigger. At least make them creatable. I can understand maybe there was like, oh, well, 10 jerseys is kind of ridiculously low for a gold collectible. You could probably, if somebody worked the market, get them all for like 100 coins. Right, bump it up.
I don't care.
Right, or charge gold players for a gold collectible. I don't know why they never did that. Gold players went for silver collectibles for some reason.
Absolutely. I'm okay with that.
It's still...
Because right now, we're not doing anything with these jerseys or arenas or
They're
anything. They're
useless.
just sitting there. We have nothing to do with them. Yeah. I do want to talk a little bit more about the attributes, like the stats, and how they don't matter.
All right, let's hear it. What you got?
Just want to add a little bit to that, because I did say I've been using Stamkos and Tavares, and there's no difference. I will say there's a big difference in their stick handling. I will say that. I find Tavares to be a lot slower when he's trying to do his deeks, even though I think he has higher hands than Stamkos. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I feel like he has better hands. But when they're skating up the ice, it does not feel any different at all. The speed difference, I think we came up with a 0.4 seconds from end to end in a difference of speed between an 84 skater and I think it was like an 88 skater or something like that. Do you think that's like, should that be like that? Is that what we should be, trying to get these best cards in the game for? Because I really don't think that it makes sense.
We're splitting hairs between realism and, I guess, the game and quote unquote, dare we say, momentum in the game's the reason half these guys become faster than the other ones. But if Tavares and Stamkos race down the ice, how bad does Tavares beat Stamkos in real life? I mean, do you think he gets two steps on him?
Stamkos would beat Tavares. Oh, Stamkos would destroy Tavares.
From end to end, do you think it'd be over 2 steps that he beat him on? Yeah, that's my question now.
I think so.
I don't know. It's debatable. Yeah, Tavares is, you know, one of the slower guys. I guess it's not as good of an example for that reason, but
yeah. Okay. But that's why we were using these.
Right. Exactly.
Really decently rated in the game, right? I do want to try it with a couple other cards. I just gotta get my hands on these cards. I'm gonna try Erik Karlsson versus Brent Burns. I mean, McDavid, I want to try, but like he has the craziest skating stats in the entire game. Like it's not even close between him and anyone else. But like I got a Mason Raymond with rocket skates and silky smooth synergies. He has both. Put him out there, and he was going the exact same speed, not even a 0.1 second difference between him and my Tyler Johnson.
Maybe they just forgot this was Hut, not ESHL, and he was making his speeds everybody the same. But yeah, definitely, like, you should be faster if you're paying for a faster card. That's the reason to pay for a card. Like that's another reason you can say Crosby's not expensive if the stats don't really matter much. Why would you buy Crosby if you can get an 88 or 87 and does the exact same thing?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say don't buy these cards because they're worthless. Because for all I know, there will be an update tomorrow, and all of this will be irrelevant, right?
Exactly.
For all I know. But I do want to point out, like, we've been testing it, and there are also instances where it changes completely, but that's momentum-based. I will say that. You mentioned momentum. I don't know if anyone else has experienced momentum in this game, but it is fucking bad. If you have momentum against you, it is bad in this game.
That's a Madden thing, or EA thing, I shouldn't say Madden thing. Madden's like that, though. That's kind of what came to mind. When you start losing games, it's like, it gets bad. I've seen it in this game, too. I don't call it ice toad. It's momentum. That's what people say, well, I got ice toad. I'd like to consider your momentum. You give up a couple goals, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have no chance of coming back now. These guys are faster, and you can't stop them. They become untouchable.
All right, I think we're done here. I think we got our points across.
All right, man. Well, if you guys, you know, like we said, we talked about the stats and stuff, and if they work, go over there, check out Thrash's channel. He'll have some stuff on that for you guys here in the next couple of days, like he said. But otherwise, though, guys, let us know what you thought about this video. Let us know what you guys are thinking on all the topics we covered. But otherwise, though, guys, thanks for coming on over to the channel today, Thrash. I appreciate it, man.
I'm sorry I got a little worked up there.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, man. It's all good. Otherwise, though, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.